generally, so I basically okay. Hey everybody, so welcome back to my channel. Obviously by the title you can tell that I'm going to be answering your guys' questions about the Sweetener Tour. Basically, since I've posted my Sweetener vlog, I've gotten so many questions, not even just in the YouTube comments. I've had people DM me on Instagram. So I basically just wanted to make a video answering questions that I have received several times. I've tried my best to answer pretty much every single question that I've gotten, which has been really hard and sometimes it takes me a while. So if I don't answer your question in this video, just feel free to comment down below and I'll get back to you. And I just wanted to thank everybody before I start the video and all of the good feedback I've gotten, I guess. I'm literally almost at 200 subscribers because of that video, so I'm really grateful for that. I know 200 isn't a lot, but literally that makes me so happy. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for all the support and sweet comments that I got on that video. People were telling me that it was the best vlog they've ever seen and stuff like that, so it really does mean a lot to me because obviously I post these videos for myself to have the memories that I can look back on, because I do honestly go back and watch my videos a lot, even though that might sound narcissistic. I go back and watch some of them a lot to just relive the memories, even though that's kind of corny, but you know what I mean. But it also makes me happy seeing people leave really nice comments and say they really liked the video and that it made them happy and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for all the sweet comments. I've gotten some mean ones as well, but that's to be expected. Girl, you do you, and we'll address that anyways. Without further ado, let's just get into the video and I'm going to answer your guys' Sweetener Tour questions. I have my laptop right here with questions that I pre-wrote down, and I'm just going to answer them. One of the biggest questions that I've gotten was basically, when did you get to the box office and when did they release the tickets? So I got to the box office around 12 o'clock and they didn't release any more tickets until around 5 p.m. When I got to the venue too, some people were asking me if they think they should go earlier or later, would it be okay? I think it really just depends on the location of your show. It really depends on the venue itself because it could really differ. So for me, my show was in Philadelphia, which is a pretty decent sized city. People come from different areas to come to the show. When I did get to the venue at 12 o'clock, there was not a soul at this venue. You can see in the Sweetener vlog that I posted, I made a joke about it, that it was literally dead. I've never seen something more dead in my life. So yeah, I got there at 12. And when I went into the box office, I also got questions about how many people were there, when did people start showing up. So I got to the box office and it was pretty laid back. There was maybe one girl with her mom, or a couple moms, you know what I mean? But it was nothing crazy. We were all kind of on the same vibe, and we all asked about the tickets and they were sorry, we don't have any yet, the show is sold out. Whatever, we'll get into that too. But then a little bit later, an hour later, some I cannot say this word. I couldn't say it in the vlog and I still can't say it. Scalpers, I think it is. They came to the box office, and if you don't know what a scalp, I hate that I have to keep saying this. Basically, it's somebody who will buy tickets and then resell them for higher value so that they make profit off of the tickets, which is so annoying. With resale, these people go in, they're looking for nosebleed seats, up really high, and they'll sell them outside the front of the show to people who don't have tickets for way too much money. It's really honestly annoying, and I understand, you gotta make your money somehow, but I think that people like that are so annoying and literally the scum of the earth. Sorry about it if you do it, but it's really honestly horrible and I hate it, because not even people doing that at the venue, it's online too. For Ariana, me and my sister were looking into getting resale if they didn't release more pit online. We were watching the ticket prices for months before even the show, and even the day of, the pit tickets specifically 800s. And okay, a VIP ticket, a meet and greet is $900, I think, or something like that. They were selling $800 just general admission pit seats. No, it's not gonna happen. It's just not realistic. And not even just pit, nosebleeds. which if you don't know what the nosebleeds are, it's basically seats that are really far away and you can barely see. Even like nosebleeds are $300, you know what I'm saying? So it's like really ridiculous, and it's not even just Ariana shows, it's for a bunch of shows. I just think it's annoying, and I don't understand why people do it. I get you want to make your coin or whatever, but I don't think it's fair to people who are real fans of artists and they are working really hard to go see somebody, and then the show sells out really fast, but then bunches of tickets are being re-uploaded, and then for prices that are like 10 times the original. Like, there's shows that I've seen that the original tickets are $20 and they'll resell for thousands. I could go on about that for a whole video, but I'm not going to. But you get my point. I just think that, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, the scalpers at the venue. So they showed up, and it was just kind of like annoying because we know why they're there, and me and my sister were like, no, not today. It's not gonna happen. Not with us in this box office. It surely will not happen. And, you know, like, Alexia got in line. There was like a line formed by this like one girl. We didn't really start the line, we were just kind of hanging out because it was really laid back, honestly. Like 4 people in front of us. Here's the thing you need to understand when you're going into this box office. You need to keep your mindset, like your focus on the tickets. You need to manifest that this is going to happen to you. Literally in the beginning of the vlog, I said we don't have tickets, but we will end up in the pit. That's the kind of energy and mindset you have to have, because it will happen to you. If it can happen to me, it can literally happen to you. Go in there with a mindset, a strong mindset of like, this is what's gonna happen to me today. I don't really care. Like, I'm not settling for less. Nothing is guaranteed. Even if you try to manifest it, you never know what will happen. But with the pit tickets, the good thing is that not a lot of people are willing to spend that kind of money on a ticket, especially the people that are just buying to resell. They're not interested in buying expensive tickets. They're interested in buying tickets that are like $20 and they'll resell them for $100. So we waited in line, and then the box office, they kept giving us different times, like, oh, 3 o'clock they're gonna release. 3 o'clock comes around, nothing happens. So we're just waiting and waiting. You have to be patient. You can't leave. You just need to like keep your mind on the prize, okay? So we're waiting, and then suddenly they finally release tickets. When they released tickets, obviously we already had a line formed, so they kind of knew, just like Ariana Grande, like, who wants tickets? First people go up, and they're like, we only have 4 pit tickets. So this kind of goes on to another question that I've been getting a lot, is how many tickets were released, and were they only the pit seats? So yes, only 4 pit seats were released. And there was probably about 20 people in line by the time that they released, maybe 15. They released these tickets, and like I said before, there were 4 people in front of us. So the mom and daughter that were in the front of the line were like, yes, like, we want to buy them. So they got their tickets, and then the other people were like, no. Me and Alexia were like, here's our card, like, take our money, please, we are begging you. Especially for $280, which also another question is, how much were the tickets? The tickets were $280 each, and a lot of people were like kind of like shook by this, but when you get your tickets there at the box office, they're gonna be just regular priced. And if you went onto the Wells Fargo site, which is the venue that I went to, it showed pit tickets $280, but those sell out very fast, obviously. I had someone comment on my video saying they actually got pit for like $65, so it could differ per venue how much your pit seats could be. I don't know. But at my venue, they were $280. That'd probably be the same for a lot of different venues. And that was just the general admission pit seat. And I had a lot of comments of people calling me disrespectful for this, which I don't really understand at all. If you take your time, you're patient, and you're willing to take the risk, that's what you're gonna get. I've done this for several other shows. I've done this for Ariana at the Honeymoon Tour, and I got catwalk. I did it at Believe Tour at Madison Square Garden. I got floor seats near the stage. And I can't guarantee you that they'll release anything, but like 99.9% of the time they will release tickets. Whether that's 1 ticket or 100 tickets, it depends. So going back to the question, how many did they release? They released 4 tickets. Alex were like, yes, we want these tickets. A lot of people in line were like, no. So we got really lucky for once in our life, and we got the last 2 pit seats. Going to the box office is a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take because I'm not about those resale prices if I don't have to. So how many tickets were released? 4. Were they only pit? Yes. Now, for different venues, it could really differ. They could release 1 ticket, they could release 0 pit tickets, and 20 tickets in the stands. So it really depends on where the seats are available. But the good thing with the pit is that it's usually very empty. I'm gonna be completely honest. At the shows, there's a good amount of people, but it's not filled. They will most of the time release the pit tickets just because it's easier and it's a general admission spot, so you should be fine. The stands are a little more tricky with how many they would release, or if they did any. So yeah, and also like not all the VIP packages might have sold, something might have happened, so you never really know. It's really depending on your venue, where you're located. Yeah, but you should be fine if you go there and wait. Another question I got a lot was, do you think I could trade in my tickets for pit at the box office? Like, I got stand tickets, same price as you, but like for wherever. This is tricky, and I don't know because I've never done this before, and I don't really think that they would do that, to be quite honest. I don't think that the venue would let you trade in your tickets. You could always go in and try and ask if they release more and say like, oh my god, I have these, can I trade them in? I don't know. So this is a question that I really don't know the answer to, and you would just really have to talk to your venue. And I also got a lot of questions about fees. I didn't get a fee with my tickets because it's just the flat price. You don't have to pay for like the online, like mail it to you, or like, I don't think they charge you for will call, but you know, online, a lot of tickets have fees, even the resales. Me and Lexi, when we were looking at the resales, some of the tickets were like fine prices. Like, okay, $300, that's only $20 more than I spent, but then the fees are literally $400. So be mindful of the fees that if you want to buy a resale ticket, but we didn't have any fees. A lot of questions about like, what is pit? Is it general admission? So pit at Ariana's show, the stage is like a circle. I'll insert a picture. There's like 2 sections in the center of the stage that are just general admission. So general admission, you don't have seats. The thing with pit is too, I got a lot of questions about like, where should I stand? Or like, do people move around? What is it like? And recommendations of where you should stand. So I stood between that little like circle stage she has and the main stage, and I stood in the middle there, and she ran through, so she came really close to me. It depends really where you want to stand. When I go again, I want to try for the circle stage because that's where she'll touch your hand most of the time, because she is really close to you and she'll touch down. But on the other hand is like, she only stands there for like 1 or 2 songs, so it really depends. Like if that's your first time seeing the show or something, maybe you want to stand towards the front because that's where she stands majority of the time. Although she does walk around the stage, honestly, you're fine wherever you stand because you're gonna have a good view because you're literally right by the stage. If you want to see her the majority of the time front row, like just stand at the front. Another question is like, well, where do I know how to go in? Like, what's the process of the pit? Be very mindful of which side of the pit you're gonna be standing on. So the left or the right side. So this was my ticket. Okay, sorry, there's like reflection from the window. I was in floor pit 2. So I don't know if all venues are numbered like this, but I'm pretty sure they are. So 1 is on the left and 2 is on the right if you're looking at the stage. Me and Alexia weren't really sure about the way we entered. Nobody specified that we had to go on that specific side of the pit. We thought, oh, you just go in and then you like get on your side of the pit, whatever. No, so be very mindful of that because there was a little bit of chaos when everyone was going down to like the closest pit entrance. So just be very mindful of which side you're on and go straight to that side and they'll let you in. And another question I got was about like scanning of the tickets and like stuff like that. When you get into the venue originally, they'll scan your ticket. When you're going inside of the venue, like they obviously look for your tickets again, make sure you're going to the right spot, like the floor you're supposed to be there. And then you'll go up to the whatever side of the pit you're in. You show them this ticket and they'll give you a wristband. This was my wristband. It's different, I think at all shows, I think they give you different wristbands. And then they marked the back of my ticket. But like, you don't have to have a physical ticket, you can do it on your phone too. You do not have to like go to a booth to pick up your wristband. I've heard that a lot. That is not true at all. They literally give it to you right when you're going in. And when I entered the pit, even though there was a little bit confusion, there was not that many people in it. And we had pretty much free range of where we wanted to go, and we just decided to go where we went. And I'm happy we went there because we had a pretty good view. We were close to the front of the stage, close to the middle stage. You could turn around and like see behind you. You can move around. You don't have to stay in one spot if you don't want to. I've seen videos of people during the show running back and forth from place to place. So like, you can really do whatever you want in there. I also got a lot of questions about, I'm scared to wait until the day of, like, what is your advice? So my advice for you is this. If you don't have tickets yet, you could probably just wait. It really depends on your comfortability of like I'm willing to like wait until the day of and take that risk. Just a risk you have to take. It's a risk no matter what. So it's a risk buying a ticket online. Who knows if it's real or not? Hopefully it is. I've known people who've gotten fake tickets. Also, the risk is like, how much are you willing to spend here? So like I said, me and Alexia were really considering resale because that looked like one of our only options. We weren't really sure. It just really depends on what you're willing to do. If you've waited this long, like what's the point? Like we waited that long. We were like, let's just wait till the day of. If anything, if worst comes to worst, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet and buy a resale. Keep your options open. Look at all resale sites too. If something goes wrong at the box office, like literally keep in mind StubHub, Ticketmaster, SeatGeek. Like we were looking at all these different resale sites and like just Ticketmaster or even our venue's website until the venue's site turned off and they weren't releasing anymore online. And ticket prices will drop. So people who are reselling might notice, oh, like no one's gonna buy this $800 ticket, so I'm gonna drop it. Literally one of the 800 tickets were dropping to 500. Might have gone down more, but by that time we had already gotten our tickets, so it was like whatever. Research and like look around at different ticket sources and make sure the ticket source you're going to is legit, because you don't want to like end up being scammed. It's a hit or a miss. Like you need to decide, like, am I going to do this? And like I said, you need to manifest. I'm going to get these tickets. I don't really care what I have to do. I'm gonna do whatever I can. You just need to have a positive energy and outlook on it, because usually that will help you. I've gotten questions about, could I do this the day before the show? And I'm gonna be honest, no. Venues are very particular in the way they talk and they answer your questions, and they'll not release more tickets to you, because honestly, at that point, they don't have more tickets. They literally get these tickets like an hour before. So I got my tickets around 5-ish, and then doors were at like 6. They might not know how many tickets they're gonna get or whatever. So you probably won't be able to do that the day before. You, like I said, you can always reach out to your particular venue, but like no venue that I've ever been to like has done that. I've done it not at just my venue as well. So I've gotten questions about like, well, like, have you done this at other venues? Yes, I've done this at Madison Square Garden. I've done this at Wells Fargo. Those are the two that I like mostly think of, because I do mostly go to Wells Fargo. But for Madison Square Garden, I've done this before for Ariana and Justin. And Madison Square Garden is a hard venue, so if I can do it there, like I feel like you're fine. Another thing that I want to mention is that if you go up to the venue at like 12 o'clock and ask them like we did, they'll say no. They're gonna be like, no, it's sold out. You just have to trust your gut, trust your instinct, and know they're lying to you. They will get more tickets, and the show is not sold out. They'll always say it is, but they always keep some for the show day. Just be very patient and stand your ground and understand and say, okay, thank you, and then just wait, and then they'll release more. Or they might be up front and be like, we'll release tickets at exactly 5 o'clock. I don't know, like I said, they said, oh, we're gonna release more at 3, and then it was 5, so. I also got some questions on what a box office is. So a box office basically is just a place at your venue where they'll sell tickets for shows, and doesn't have to be that specific show that you're going to. You can go to your box office today and buy tickets for a show in the future. And it's usually literally right by the like front doors of your venue. It depends. You just have to look it up, and they usually have it on their website. I'm trying to think if there's any more questions that I've had. If I'm forgetting anything, just comment your question down below. And a lot of questions, but I'm very thankful for like you guys being interactive with me, I guess. And I try to get back to as many as possible, as fast as possible. It might take me a week because I've been getting flooded. Thank you guys for all the support, and I can't believe I'm about to hit 200 subs. Also, I did post Good Night and Go, the full version from the Sweetener show. If you guys want the full version of Needy, I can also post that as well. And I will be posting vlogs coming soon of some other shows I'm going to. So I'm seeing the 1975. I don't know if those are going to be 4 separate videos, or if I'm going to just combine it all into seeing the 1975 4 times in 2 weeks. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. I'm also seeing Billie Eilish, so I'm going to be vlogging that. Thank you guys again for everything, and I hope this helps somebody. And if you have any more questions, just comment down below, and I will get back to you as fast as possible. See you next time. Bye.